with our warm-up. Nice big arm circles. I'm going to change this music station. It's just not going to work for a Thursday. And we'll switch directions. And switch arms. Getting those shoulders nice and loose. And switch directions. And we can do some swings. That's right. Good, and when you feel ready, we can work into our lower body. Start with our leg swings, side to side. And switch your legs. Good. Now we'll go front and back. Get those hip flexors and quads. Whoa. I'm wiggling everywhere. Glutes and hamstrings just start firing for you. Try and increase that range of motion. Maybe put a little bit more power behind your kicks as we get through these. And switch your sides. Yeah. And as you feel ready, we'll work into our hip hinges and our squat. So for hinge, feet shoulder width apart, slight bend in our knees. Think about sticking your butt into the back wall, keeping nice long spine, and really drawing attention to those hamstrings. Feel them lengthen for you as you hinge at the hips. So you're not bending at the knees, but you're really feeling those hamstrings stretch, 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 stretch. Then at the bottom, you're thinking about firing them, and they are pulling you back upright. We'll do about 8 of those. Try and increase, again, that range of motion. And when you feel good with those, we're going to switch into just straight body weight squats. You may want to widen your feet just a little bit. Weight stays in our heels as we squat. Get our thighs parallel to the ground. Then we're pushing our heels against the earth to stand and be explosive back up. Feel those quads start to fire. And you guys will finish those up. Take any extra stretching you need. I'm going to explain this first set of exercises. Actually, first, we're going to do Tabata. So I'll give you guys the option with Tabata to, we're going to go for 3 minutes, so 6 rounds. Do whatever form of cardio you want. If you want to do the elliptical, you can definitely do that. If you want to do mountain climbers, burpees, squat jumps, if you want to like find a piece of wall and do like a wall lean running into the wall, I don't care what you do. I just care that your heart rate gets up. So we spike for 20 seconds, rest for 10. Do that 6 times. But after that Tabata, sorry, I forgot about that. We're starting with our chest. So we'll start on the ground with chest flies. So for this, you'll have a dumbbell in each hand. Ugh. Palms will face each other. You can hold a glute bridge here if you want, but remember that's not the emphasis. The emphasis is in our chest. So what we're going to do is have a slight bend in our elbow. Weights will be even over your chest. And we lengthen back. And then we contract our pecs. Squeeze those weights overhead. Keeping a slight bend in the elbow. It's like you're hugging a barrel the whole time. So we'll be there for a minute. After that, you're going to put your weights down and we have push-ups for a minute. Please, 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 if you need to do push-ups on your knees, do it. It is absolutely okay. We line our hands up under our shoulders, butt stays down, and we lower and come up. Lower and come up. Again, thinking about that chest area. We're going to draw attention to the parts of the body that we are working today, and we're going back to back and working them. So after our chest, we work our back. So I'm going to split you guys every 30 seconds for the split stance, but split stance, it's just like we're going to do a lunge. You'll have one foot in front of the other, slightly hinge, well, you are hinged at your hips, slight bend in your knee. And then for reverse fly, it's just opposite of the chest fly. So we keep that nice bend in our elbow, but we squeeze back. So for 30 seconds, we'll have one leg forward and then the other leg forward. Then we'll straighten our arms out. Palms will face each other, and we're just gonna row those weights back. Again, thinking about staying out of our traps and in our back muscles between our shoulder blades. I'm winded from my very small explaining. Okay, then glutes and hammies, single leg RDLs. We've done these. You can have one weight or two weights. We're gonna be on one leg here, and as our chest lowers, we're gonna raise one leg and be firm in this leg that's on the ground. Feeling that hamstring lengthen at the bottom, we think about pulling that hamstring tight, and that snaps us upright. We'll be 30 seconds one leg, 30 seconds the other, and then we're doing, for glutes, well, I guess hamstrings, we're doing glute bridges with a march. So we lift into our good glute bridge all the way up, and then at the top we just march, holding those hips up. We don't sink and march. We're staying lifted, march. And we'll be there for a minute. So we have, after the Tabata, 6 straight minutes of work here, 3 areas of our body, and then you guys will get a little breather and we'll dive into the other 4 areas, okay? So I think I'm gonna do mountain climbers. Why? I don't know. But this first round I'm gonna do mountain climbers. So we're going for 3 minutes, that's 6 rounds, 20 seconds on, 30 seconds off. Get whatever cardio you want in mind, and we are off here. Pushing yourself for 20 seconds. So here we're really just trying to get that heart rate up, get our body nice and warm, and relax for 10. And go. Push it, push it, push it. You're free to do whatever here. I do want to encourage you to stay with whatever you do. And relax. I mean, we can switch it up the next time we do Tabata, but for these, what is left of 2 minutes, stay with it. Let's go. And relax. We're halfway through. I stole this workout from Jen, so if it's terrible and it kicks our booty, you guys can go straight to the source. It's not me. Let's go. And relax. Woo! 1 more minute. And we are off. Ten more seconds. Stay with it. And relax. 1 more round. Whew. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. And relax. Hoofda. All right. Grab your weights. We are starting with chest flies, so we're on our back. Again, you can do these in glute bridge if you want a little extra work, but we're thinking about that back-to-back chest work, so we're not taking a break in between our exercises here, okay? 1 minute. Let's begin. We are only doing each exercise one time today, so I want you to feel confident and comfortable in the movements, even if they're new. I'm telling you guys exactly where in the body we should be feeling this. So, 3/4 of the battle is being able to connect that brain to the part of the body. And the muscles there will naturally take over once you say, hey, work here. Squeeze in that chest, but also feeling it lengthen as those arms go down. We're working it on that way down too. We're not letting gravity just pull those weights down. In 5 seconds, we're flipping over for push-ups. Let's go. Again, take these where you need. If you want to do alternating regular push-ups and knee push-ups, whew, I might have to do that. That's fine too. The part of the body we're working here is gonna get tired. We're doing back-to-back work with it here for 2 minutes. We're over halfway through, stay with it. If your knees are down, just make sure that your hips are down and that core's engaged. You have a nice straight line from your crown of your head out through your tailbone. Good, stand it up. Split stance, reverse fly. So, weight in each hand, right or left leg forward first, it doesn't matter. Like you're gonna do a lunge, but instead of lunging, hinge at your hips. And opposite of the chest fly, we're doing a reverse fly. Working our back is where we're in now. You should also feel this in your hamstring because of that hinge. Switch which leg is forward, but same movement with our upper body. After this, we'll switch our feet again, and we're going rows. So elbows, instead of flying out, are gonna stay in tight to our body. Good, switch your legs, we go into rows now. Palms stay facing each other. Weights return all the way down. Think about pulling from between those shoulder blades. Fatigue should definitely be setting in those back muscles now. Your weight should feel heavy. Switch. Remember, the focus of today is strength. It's not to get our heart rate really high. It's gonna get elevated because we're working so many muscle groups in our body, but we're not doing tons of cardio here. Good, we go into single leg RDLs. You can have both weights if you can comfortably hold both, or you can just have one. Feel that hamstring lengthen. Your shoulders and hips Move together here as one lowers, the other raises. And switch your legs up. Make sure as we bend over, hinge over I should say, our hips aren't opening up. We're trying to keep our shoulders nice and flat, hips nice and flat. After this, we have glute bridges. Whoa, I almost fell over. Glute bridges with marches. We get there now. Weights all the way on our heels. That's gonna isolate those hamstrings and glutes. At the top, we march, march, and then lower. Just tap the ground, explode up, march, march. Feel those glutes firing for you at the top. And actually, I'm not gonna give you guys a break. We're just gonna move into the next exercise, and you can just start to mirror me and I'll explain through the minute. I don't feel like we need a long time to recover, so I'll start the movement about 10 seconds before you guys, and then when I tell you to, you can follow suit. So we're moving into our triceps. So we're rolling over for pike push-ups. Hands under shoulders, then we push ourselves up into down dog. And we're working those shoulders. So we are doing push-ups, shoulders and triceps, lowering the crown of the head to the ground. We're in it, we're doing it. I know you guys have done these ones before. Really think about that area between the top of your head and your forehead, the crown of your head, touching the ground during this exercise. And remember, everything might feel miserable for this minute, but we're only doing it for 1 minute. We aren't circling back to these exercises. This is your chance to do them well, do them right, before we jump into the next. Our next exercise is just kickbacks. So, we're gonna just be in our hinge position, feet shoulder width apart, elbows in tight, kicking our arms straight back. Let's get there. So, you row your weights up, but then you just keep them there and just kick straight back. Think about the area of the body we're working, our triceps. Woo! Doggy. These ones are burning. Elbows stay in tight to our rib cage, and we just push the butt of that weight to the wall behind us. We're halfway through. Our next exercise is a half bicep curl to a full bicep curl. So, as you can imagine, we're gonna do half of a bicep curl, return to the bottom, and do a full bicep curl. We're there in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we go half, down, full, down, half, down, full, down. Shoulders are staying back and down. Core is engaged. I've been talking about in class how we can activate that core even when we're working parts of the body off of the core. So we're working our biceps here, but the core can be engaged and almost in an isometric hold. So it's working, but it's not moving. After this, we're doing the same thing with hammer curls. So the only difference becomes we turn our palms in to face our body. We're not there yet, we have 5 seconds, but half and full hammer curls, let's go. So, all we're switching up is the head of the bicep that we are targeting. Bicep means, well, bi means two. So our bicep has two heads on it. And when we turn our arm like this, all we're doing is engaging that different area of that bicep. Whew! But it's all screaming right now. After these biceps, we move into our little leggies that we love so much. Our first exercise is prisoner squats, just body weight. So all we're gonna do is set ourselves up in a good squat position, feet shoulder width apart. Weight in our heels, hands go behind our back, and we pull our elbows back. We're there now. We squat our thighs parallel to the ground. Then as we come back up, think about pushing your heels against the ground and being explosive on your way up. Excellent work. Hold resistance in your inner thighs. I don't want your knees caving in towards your midline. Think about pulling them out as you squat down. Excellent work. We have 10 seconds here. I want you guys to stay in it. I'm going to show you the next exercise. We're going to go back into a plank. Then we're going to hop or step our feet outside wide of our hands. Stand up, raise our arms in a touchdown, go back down. But we're not actually ever standing up. We're staying down in our legs and making them work. Let's start that now. So plank, jump feet wide, hinge. Arms go up in a field goal, hands go down. It's like a modified burpee, except your legs should be on fire by the end of this because you're never standing them up. You're hopping them, and then you're holding that squat. From here, we move into our core, starting with bicycles on our backs. Bringing opposite knee to elbow. We're there in 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Remember, we're holding an apple between our chest and our chin. Push through your heels. And the flatter your legs are to the ground, the more intense this will be. Think about crossing that elbow to your opposite knee here. Stay with it. We're halfway there. Our last exercise of this round is a warrior crunch. We'll be on our feet for it. And we're gonna be in that plie squat. So our toes turned out, sunken down in it, hands behind your head, and we just crunch side to side. Let's get there. Feel your obliques work. You're gonna feel it doubled up on your legs. But think about pulling from your armpit down to your hips. You're not just lowering, you're actually engaging those obliques and crunching them. Heels or toes turned out a little bit. Heels are under your hips. Stay with this. We have 25 more seconds of work, then a rest. Make sure your shoulders stay pulled back. Like a little teapot right now. Last 5, stay in it. And relax. Woo! Okay, yeah, the legs are on fire. Get some water. And I'm sorry if this is kind of an inconvenient way to explain the exercises, but I feel like it's better than throwing them all at you. So I'm gonna stick with it this round. But before we can get into this round, we have to do Tabata again. But we have to. But take your recovery now. I'll give you guys about another 50 seconds to scheme up whatever cardio you want to do. I think I'm gonna do squat jacks because I'm crazy. All right, mentally prepare yourself. 3 minutes of work. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Again, your choice, whatever you want to do. But we start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So you can do squat jumps, skaters, burpees, whatever your heart desires and feels like doing, do it. But just try and stay with it this whole time. Relax. 1 of 6, check. And 3, 2, 1, go. Push yourself. Get that heart rate up. Remember what that last round felt like. It felt strength-based. Our muscles felt tired. Our heart didn't feel tired like we were begging for air. Relax. So we're getting ourselves there now. Whew. Feel like I'm already there. We're 1 minute done. 1/3 of the way. Let's go. We're off again. Try to increase your reps in whatever you're doing. Relax. Whew. Halfway. And go. Push it. Halfway through this. 10 more seconds right here. Relax. Nice. Big breaths here for your recovery. Let's go. We're off again. Push it here. Second to last one. Man, relax. We have one more here. We're gonna bust it out. And if we push ourselves hard, we can know this is our last Tabata, but I can see your guys' little squares. So if you're not, and if Mary Jean in the corner is not, we're doing another one. Let's go. Push it here. Keep going. Woo! Quick sip of water. Then we dive into the second round. It's gonna be 14 minutes of work. Same as last time. Thinking about working our chest first. So, meet me on the ground with one of your weights. We're gonna get ourselves in boat pose. So, you can take a couple variations. You can stay heels on your ground, But you're hinged backwards at your hips, core is engaged, weights even with your chest, and we're pressing out. To make it more difficult, lift those legs and stay in that for 1 minute. We're off now. Let's do it. Woo! So you're gonna feel your core working here, but remember, it's a chest press. Make yourself feel it there. Weight stays even with your chest. It's not above your shoulders. We're halfway through. Stay with it. Make sure you're hinged backwards. Good. Stay in that exercise. I'm demonstrating the next. We're in a low plank swim. So, low plank, reach and swim. Arm pulls through. Reach, swim. Meet me here now. Let's go. Low plank, butt down. Elbows under shoulders. Reach, push against water, swim through. Think about working your chest with that swim movement. You're resisting against water. You're pushing your hand through water. Staying in a nice low plank. We got this, you guys. 20 more seconds, stay in it. From here, we're going into a renegade row. So we'll put our hands under, our weights under our hands in a high plank, and we're just alternating rows. No push-up unless you feel so inclined. Let's get there now. If you need this on your knees, take it. Elbow stays tight to your rib cage as you roll that weight up. We're in our back right now. I'm gonna start to explain the next exercise, but we're staying in this row. We still have 30 seconds. This next exercise is 2 parts. We'll be completely lying on our stomach, doing Supermans. So we're gonna be pulling our arms and legs off the ground together, working those back muscles to pull them off. Then we'll relax everything down and do a lat pull. So we'll put our arms out like a football goalpost and engage our lats, pulling our elbows down to our sides, and then we'll go back to Superman. So lower yourself to the ground. The lat pull down is gonna look like this, but you're laying on the ground. And then you Superman. Pull hands and feet off the ground. Tee out those arms. Pull them down. Engaging between those back and shoulders. Superman. Arms and legs lift off the ground by the muscles. Lat pull down. We engage our lats, pulling those elbows down to our rib cage. Stay with this. These are small movements, but they're very effective in working our back muscles. From here, we're in tabletop. We have donkey kick to fire hydrants. 30 seconds each leg. Let's get there. We're into our glutes and hammies. Glutes and hammies, glutes and hammies. So one leg, donkey kicks up. Then fire hydrants out to the side. Medial glute, lateral glute, donkey kick, leg lift. In every movement, our hips stay parallel to the ground. Lead with your heel. And switch sides. I think we're alone now. Stay with it. From here, Staying with those hammies, we have hamstring curls, which we did last class where we load the weight in between our feet while we're laying on our stomach, and we curl it up. Good, get yourself there, lowered all the way down. Ugh. Put that weight between your feet, and you just curl it up towards your butt. Think about that hamstring, pulling that weight. You can add resistance here by just thinking about your hamstring having resistance. Your legs should be shaking. You're pulling that weight with your hamstrings so intensely. "20 more seconds here, then we have a new exercise. Single arm tricep push-ups. We'll be on one side of our body, still laying down. Heck yeah, this round is nice. All right, I'm gonna demonstrate quick and you'll meet me here. Hips in line with shoulder. Then, our bottom shoulder is straightened out, top shoulder hands on the ground, and we're pushing ourselves up. Working that tricep, you're lifting your torso off the ground. Let's get there. Again, think about the area of the body you're working. The tricep of this upper arm. You're not pulling your obliques, you are pushing your triceps. Your torso should feel like dead weight. Switch sides. Do a nice smooth transition if you'd like. Remember, top arm down. Feel that pull on the back of your arm. Pushing yourself all the way up. Good. Stand up with me, lateral extensions. Here's where you're gonna want your light weights. Our weights are out, palms down, extending out and in. We're just right here. This one you will feel the burn without weights, I promise. Think about leading with the bottom of your hand, the back, not necessarily the back of your hand, but like the part that's down on paper when you write. That's gonna engage those triceps. Core is engaged. Woo! As we finish up triceps, we're thinking about engaging those biceps after. Another new exercise, 360 curls. So I'm gonna show you. Elbows in, we do a bicep curl, but then we externally rotate our hand. 360, it ends up down at our side. Curl, externally rotate. Hands end up down by our side. Let's go there. This one should feel uncomfortable. If you have shoulder issues, this one may start to irritate your shoulder. Please don't do it. You can just stay with the bicep curl. I've got a little limited range of motion in these shoulders, so I know that I need to work with lighter weights. Even if you did this without weights, you're improving that range of motion. And again, firing those two different bicep heads as we move through that range of motion. From here, we're doing concentration curls. I call them bicep holds. So that's where we're gonna hold one arm at 90 degrees while we curl the other. 30 seconds on each arm. If you need heavier weights, grab them now. Left hand up at 90. Right hand is just doing straight bicep curls. But hold that left arm at 90. Elbows in tight to your rib cage. Core engaged. Shoulders are back and down. After this, I want you to run and find somewhere you can do a wall sit. Even if it's against a fridge you have in the basement. Switch arms, right hand holds. We're doing a wall sit, holding ourselves accountable to being down at 90 degrees. And while we're there, We are just reaching our legs straight out. So we're getting a little unilateral work. Good. To the wall. I don't know if you guys can see me, but you're down in your wall sit. Then you're just kicking really one leg out at a time. Staying down in that wall sit though. Woo! Make sure your back's pulled against the wall. Core is engaged. Your legs should be shaking, especially when you go on just the one. After this, we're doing lateral lunges. You can add a weight, or you can do them without. We're just side to side, weight in our heels. Three, two, one. Woo! Lateral lunges, here we go. If those legs aren't feeling it now, they will be. We go side to side. Weight stays in your heels. Don't let those knees shift over your toes. Keep your chest nice and big. We're not bending at our hips. Thirty more seconds here, and then we finish with our core. Get nice and low here. I know your legs are fatigued. Last 10 seconds, and then we're on our back for dead bugs. So that's where our palms and knees are facing each other. They're not touching, we're holding resistance between them. That pulls our core engaged, and we lower opposite arm, opposite leg. Great way to increase the intensity here is put weights in your hands. But consciously think about pushing as if you were pushing, not actually pushing, your palms into your knees, like you're trying to hold a super thick book between them. We're here for 15 more seconds. And then we have reverse crunches. So we're lowering our hips off the ground. Follow me. Trying to push them to the ceiling. So our hips come off the ground. Pulling by our lower abdominals. Lift those heels. Then return back slowly. Don't flop down. We're almost there, you guys. Stay with it for 20 seconds. 15. Oh, doggy. Core's on fire. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're not relaxed yet. We're not going to do Tabata, but we're going to do that core one more time, but only for 30 seconds each. So we're going to do bicycles. We're going to skip the warrior crunch and finish with that one, so we don't have to get up, down, up, down. So we're going to do bicycles, dead bugs, reverse crunch, warrior crunch, 30 seconds each. This is 2 more minutes of work, and then I promise we're done with class. So let's start with bicycles. Opposite elbow, opposite knee, pushing through your heels. Crunching that elbow to your opposite knee. Feel the burn, baby. leg, opposite arm lower. Wow, holding resistance in your core. Reverse crunches after this. Not yet though. Now we go. Hands down. Lift those heels to the ceiling and control your body down. Woo, that core should be on fire. After this, we stand up, get in that sumo squat, or not sumo, plie squat. Let's hop up. Hands behind your shoulders like a little teapot. We go side to side, working our obliques. Finish strong right here. This is your last 13 seconds. And we are done, my friends. Excellent job. Get some water quick, and then we'll run you through your cool down. We made it, my friends. Sorry, I was just gulping my water. All right. We'll start standing today. But with our arms, we'll cross one over the other. Pull that thing tight. Feel this stretch back through your shoulder. You can do some head rolls here. And switch. Good. Into our triceps. Reach the hand down your back. Pull that elbow. And switch sides. Good, now interlace our fingers behind our back. Push your palms to the ground. Stretch out that chest. Lift your chin to the ceiling. And now we go the opposite way. Interlace those fingers in front of you. Reach them up towards the ceiling. Make yourself taller, taller, taller. Take a nice big inhale here. Fill your ribs. Fill with air. Ooh, that was a hard one. Nice, open mouth, exhale. And we do that one more time. Inhale, reach, 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 reach. As we exhale, we push down through the center of our body. Bend and reach for our toes. Stretching those hammies out. Let your head hang heavy here. You have the option to continue to reach for your toes. Maybe you're grabbing your ankles, or maybe you're just letting your arms hang heavy, grabbing opposite elbows, doing ragdoll with some swinging side to side. You can pedal out your legs here. Feel a little extra stretch in one of your hamstrings. And then slowly begin to roll up, but please take your time doing it vertebrae by vertebrae, feeling your spine make a C and slowly unwinding from that. Last thing to come out is untucking your chin. Excellent. Let's meet in tabletop. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We'll do some cat-cow, so we'll tuck our chin. Pull our shoulder blades apart, lift our spine to the ceiling for cat. Hold there for about 3 seconds. Then you drop your stomach, squeeze your shoulder blades to lift your forehead to the ceiling for cow. And we're alternating back and forth, cat and cow. You can snake your spine a bit here. If you need a little bit extra pull through those lats, whatever you need for that stretch. And then we will connect our big toes, spread your knees apart, sit back towards your heels, reach those hands out, rest your forehead on the mat for child's pose. Take some nice deep breaths here. And walk your hands to the right. Feel a nice stretch in that left side body from your fingertips down through the tricep, through your shoulder, down through that lat, all the way through your mid-back into your hip, into your SI joint of that left side. And now walk your hands the other way, to the left. But same idea. Feel that nice long stretch from those right fingertips down through your triceps, through your shoulders, through your lats, mid-back, low back, SI. And we'll return to center. You can push yourself back and transition however is best for you onto your butt and then onto your back. And we'll start with our figure 4 stretch. Cross one leg over your knee. If this is enough for you, then you can stay here. If you need a little bit more, you can grab under that thigh, pull it in close to your chest. And switch legs. And then glue those knees together, squeeze them in tight to your chest. Get some relief in that low back here. You may even feel it into your hip flexors. They were working for you a lot of times in that ab stuff. And now we'll do a nice full body stretch real quick. Reach those fingertips to the wall behind you and those toes to the wall, away from you, I guess. Reach, 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 reach. Feel length from your toes down through your, from your fingers down through your toes. Sorry, my words and thoughts are not adding up. And finally, we'll end how we always do. Knees and ankles together. Knees stacked over hips, ankles in line with knees, arms teed out, rotating. Nice and slow, side to side. Give that spine the rotation it needs. It moves in all directions for us, and so we need to loosen it up in all directions. You'll feel this into your low back, which in so many people is tight. And take as many as you need there. And as always, please, please, please do a little bit extra stretching. It's not going to hurt your body. It's only going to help it. Take care of yourselves over the weekend, and we'll see you guys on Monday, okay?